Good morning, everyone. It's Mary Jo Snyder from MJ Shady Inkers. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you are catching my Sunday Live with MJ here on May 9th, Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to all of you out there, even those dads that play both roles. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. I am very excited to share some new product with you today. I know I gave you all a sneak peek of one of the products recently when I was stamping and sharing how I created a bookmark. And it featured the new in colors, but it also featured the hand-penned stamp set, hand-penned painted, I have to think, hand-penned petals bundle. And it contains the hand-penned petal stamp set and the penned flower dies. There's also some amazing designer series paper, some beautiful gems, and there are some coordinating products, some ribbons that coordinate really well with the papers. I'm going to share those with you. I'm going to show you what the dies do. I'm going to do two projects today and also show you the bookmarks that I sent to all of my catalog customers that received catalogs in the mail. If you do not have a catalog, oh, almost dropped my, hold that thought. Hi Valerie, hi Jane. If you do not have a catalog or a demonstrator and you need a catalog, would like one besides the PDF file, please message me, send me an email, reach out to me. I would be happy to send you one of those at no cost. So let's post this to my page and turn down the volume. And I was going to start out recording my video today over on my business page, but I got set up here, and so I just shared it over there. So I will try that out next time. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Valerie. So the hand penned, this is the annual catalog. I think I've shared that with you. Sometimes there's a massive glare coming in from my front window. This is a beautiful suite inside this catalog, and if you have not had a chance to take a look, it is the Expressions in Ink Suite, and the paper, I cannot wait to share all these goodies with you with my supplies I got recently. But I am holding off to share a lot of that stuff until next weekend. So, and I actually think I am just doing my catalog premiere right here on my group rather than having a separate place for my strictly my customers. So there's just so much wonderful stuff, and I want to share it with everybody. So the hand pen suite is on page 104, 105 in your catalog if you want to follow along. I really don't have a whole lot of announcements. I did an extra kind of infomercial about all the amazing deals with the starter kit and the host rewards, the Stampin' Rewards incentive for a qualifying order. You get an additional $25 in product. And always remember, if you host a event or a workshop and you earn Stampin' Rewards, those Stampin' Rewards, instead of purchasing product, you'll actually get product, can go towards the cost of the starter kit. And at this time, the starter kit, you get an extra $30. So it might be something to consider. If you hold your own workshop and get to that point, you would be able to get even more free product by purchasing, actually it would be $5 more, by purchasing the starter kit. And theoretically, the starter kit is $99 plus tax, shipping free, and during the month of May, you get $155 worth of product. So hold a workshop and use those credits, your reward points, towards that starter kit, and you could save a ton of money. So reach out to me if you want to do a workshop. We can do a book party, we can do online event. I'm still skeptical with in-person events, but reach out to me and that can be discussed between you and I if you have that interest. So I would just need to voice my concerns, and we would have to abide by a lot of strict COVID policy, even though things are getting a little bit lifted more and more each day. Sorry, you're hearing the pager go off. I know I've told you all before that my husband and son are involved in the fire department. My husband is currently inactive from the fire department. But anyway, that thing goes off, and I'm sorry if you hear it. So anyway, I want to share 2 amazing cards with you today. Be sure you're sharing this video. I have a paper share of the designer series paper, as well as coordinating cardstock for you to for your prize. They will be cut down. The cardstock will be cut down to card-based sizes, and I will give you a quarter of this paper pack, so you'll get 6x6 sheets of every design in the paper pack. So you'll have that, as well as card bases that coordinate, and maybe some punched out things so you can do tags and stuff. So that is a prize for next week. Last week's prize patrol, I had said I was going to pull a kit previous, and this was, I think, some celebration product, and I'll show you better on the table because the glare, as well as those Memory and More cards from the Flowers for Every Season, as well as the envelopes. I didn't use any of them, and they are now retired. So I want people to be able, I think they're retired. Yeah, the annual catalog that retired, and still having the January, June catalog is just totally mind-blowing because I have to remember what was in what catalog. So, but anyway, those were the prizes, and Marva Simonson is actually the winner of those, so I'll get those in the mail, but I'll give you a closer look to those when we flip the camera. So, because it's Mother's Day, and I want everybody to get to all their family and festivities that they may have planned today, let's just get right to stamping and sharing this amazing suite with you so that we can go enjoy our beautiful day with our loved ones. So it's also my mom's birthday today. So her and I are actually venturing off to the school play. It is the matinee today, so we are going to the school play. It was kind of a struggle with being limited on the amount of tickets we could purchase because of COVID. Brett took his mom yesterday, and I'm taking my mom today, so we're going to have just that wonderful time together to share watching Aaliyah on stage, so I'm excited. So anyway, let's get to crafting. I'm going to flip you down to my table and try and get you squared away. I'm going to reverse the camera. My brother just messaged me, Happy Mother's Day. I'll have to, I did not obviously turn on my Do Not Disturb, so hopefully none of us get kind of crazed. I have to make myself a list of all those things I need to do before I start my live, because it can be a little crazy when I start, and Gail, I will tell my mom, and Val, I'll tell my mom as well. Thank you so much for wishing her a happy birthday. So this is the hand pen suite. Again, it's on page 104 and 105. I mark up my book when I order something, so I try not to reorder it, forgetting what I have and what I don't have. So you can see the coordinating colors are Blushing Bride, Pale Papaya, Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Mint Macaron, and Highland Heather. Love that there is a purple in this suite. This is the stamp set. It has some 2-step stamping with distinctive stamps, and it's photopolymer, and I'm going to share that with you. And there's a nice feature in the photopolymer that they're transitioning to in the stamp cases, so I'm going to show you that as well. And that is it. So in the suite for $66.25, you get the bundle, which is the stamps and dies. You get the designer series paper, which is 12 by 12. And you also get the genial gems, and they are gorgeous, and they're in Mint Macaron and Pale Papaya. So one of the new in colors, and another beautiful subtle color that coordinates with this suite. It's nice that I could actually open up the catalog now that it's gone live to all of you. So let's take a walk through the designer series paper. Absolutely love the stunning colors. Isn't there a blue in this too? Let me take my little cheat sheet. There are other colors. So it coordinates with Basic Black, Blushing Bride, Cinnamon Cider, Daffodil Delight, Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mint Macaron, Misty Moonlight, Pale Papaya, Pool Party. I knew there was a pool party, a lighter blue in there. So again, I'm thinking that people aren't receiving their notifications, and it's so frustrating, but anyway. Okay, so this is the designer series paper. Beautiful floral imagery on one side, and then other kind of watercolor wash accents with lines or other type of graphics, but kind of a more subtle feel on the back side. Another very pretty floral background. And then you have the polka dots on pale papaya. And of course, this first one is mint macaron. So you have those colors. You have this beautiful one that incorporates a lot of the Daffodil Delight, which I also feel that So Saffron would be a very good color to use with this because it's a lighter shade of that daffodil in a sense. So if you want a more muted color, a more subtle color, then So Saffron would really work with that as well. The back side of that is, of course, beautiful Highland Heather with those leaf images, stem images. We also have this. It looks so busy, but when you put it on the front of a card and kind of do some other layering and accents, it really is absolutely breathtaking. I have a couple of swaps from a recent swap we did with the Heartcore stampers. So I've pulled swaps that contain this product suite that I'm going to share with you today. And this is the back side. Of course, this is Blushing Bride. Be beautiful for a wedding card, I think, just this piece alone. And just the accent of the white lined imagery of the flowers is very beautiful. And then, of course, this one. And the best part of about this paper is nothing's directional. They're kind of scattered in every different direction. So if you're trying to do some fancy fold or like make a bag out of this, then you're not going to go wrong with all the directions that the paper is in. The back side of this is I believe it's garden green with the floral images. That's really pretty as well. And this beautiful pastel. It just reminds me of when I was a child, like all those floral prints that I would have in jumpers and rompers. And I mean, like a itty bitty child that my mom would make out of these beautiful floral fabrics. And then, of course, you have like a scallop with the Daffodil Delight. But again, it pairs nicely. Let me just grab So Saffron. I think it would look great with So Saffron, as well as Daffodil Delight, which is the coordinating color. And Pale Papaya is also in this suite. So those are, actually, that's Mango Melody. I pulled the wrong color. Bear with me. Let me grab you, because I'm using Daffodil Delight. Sorry, that the Daffodil Delight is kind of a more, or the Mango Melody is kind of more of an orangish color. This pale, or So Saffron kind of has an orange tone too, but when you stamp it in different generations, you get a very faint color, kind of like the background of this paper. So there's that. The ink colors I'm incorporating today: Daffodil Delight, Misty Moonlight, Mint Macaron, Highland Heather, and Blushing Bride, because we are doing two-step stamping. I also am going to, I just repeated myself, use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink for my outlined images. This is the stamp set, beautiful lined imagery, stamps that will fill these images, not precisely, it almost looks like a watercolor base or a watercolor wash kind of concept. Someone had asked, I think it was Tammy Shaya in her video, this to me looks like Queen Anne's lace, and I actually will show you in what I did this morning trying to prep the die cuts. I kind of did this as Queen Anne's lace, and you can tell me if it kind of has that feel. And of course, all these solid images will fill these floral lined images. Love the sentiment, anything is possible. Right now, that is just, it's close to my heart right now, that sentiment. Of course, we always need things to cheer people up and feel better. Congratulations and thanks are a staple in cards that we send to others. So definitely an awesome stamp set. Now let me share with you, of course, a lot of the stamps are not in here. This is a feature with the new stamp cases. You can actually lay these stamps directly on the spaces in here. And I like to just take the top piece and just keep them covered. Just to protect them from dust and whatever when I open and shut constantly. So, but yeah, it's a nice feature to have in there. So if you're missing a stamp, you know, oh my gosh, where's that stamp? I need to find it. And it's just a really nice feature that they added inside the photopolymer stamp cases. So there's the stamps. This is the penned petal dies. I think that's what they're called. And you have some outlines You have some solids that actually are not completely solid. You have another outline, so those would cut out these flowers here, and I'm going to show you some details. This image to cut out this, which I do believe is Queen Anne's lace. The scalloped accented image, two of the same flowers, three of these same flowers, and of course you have some leaves and this floral image. So if you don't want to stamp, you want the dies, you could totally piece things together and make a bouquet of flowers from these dies. Now this looks kind of scattered, so I apologize. And actually this is, let me just show you, this is at a quick glance, all those designer series papers, as well as coordinating colors. I create these yearly, but I never seem to get all the paper to utilize them. So it's just a quick reference for me to pull out so I know, oh, I'm working on this, but I want to use a designer series paper that doesn't necessarily pair with the, hi Beverly, who else is on? Hi Susie, good morning, and Melissa and Marva. Marva, you won Prize Patrol from last week, which was this little bundle of goodies and the cards and envelopes from the Flowers for Every Season Memory and More card pack. So I'll be sending those out to you. Congratulations. And yeah, good morning to anyone else I missed on here. I see some people jumping on. So so there is the quick reference that I use, because if there's something I want to, like if I'm making a card for a baby and I want some kind of polka dot or some basic geometric kind of thing, or a wedding, then I can have these as a quick reference as to, so I can see what all those papers look like. So, excuse me, I got the hiccups. So the dies, I'm going to take a quick sip of my water. I actually need to title this because I ran behind. You can see that in the description of my video, I do have the host code for the week. So if you purchase from the, using that host code, $35 or more before tax and shipping in my online store, using the host code in the description above this video, you will receive a pack of the Genial Gems. And I will throw in the 2 project kits from today, the make and takes. They would not have stamped images, but you know, you would have the make and take kits so that you can make the projects using product you have, or if you love this suite and want to purchase it, then there you go. So those are going to be the gifts this week if you purchase from today until Friday. And I can't remember what what Friday's date is. It is the 14th. So Friday the 14th. So from today until this coming Friday the 14th, purchase $35 or more in my online store using the host code above in the description. 2 make and takes plus the Genial Gems. Now, Genial Gems, if you place that order, I can't guarantee that they're in stock. So I will be sure that if they aren't in stock and they're on back order or whatever the case is, that you get them as soon as they become available. So I did not have enough time nor enough ink to print off my host code little flyer. Okay, so this is what I thought. It kind of looks like Queen Anne's lace. Of course, I didn't stamp it very well, and my white embossing powder is toast. I need to throw it out. There is a shelf life for that, and I think I've had it way past its shelf life. So I kind of stamped the one image onto the stem. I used basic black, but not basic black, the Memento ink, but I honestly should have stamped it in a green, like maybe the Evening Evergreen or whatever, or maybe even the Soft Succulent, and then stamped the white craft ink. That was, yep, the white craft ink, and then I put embossing powder on, but the embossing powder, it needs to go. This is what that die cut looks without any stamped images. These are the stamped images of the 2 larger floral images that you can color with your blends. You can color with your Stampin' Write markers. You can watercolor, use your watercolor pencils, and fill those in, or you can use the stamps to fill those in, and we're going to do that today. These 2 pieces layer together. I wasn't sure what color I wanted to use, so this kind of mimics colors in my wedding. And of course you have leaves that you can cut out, those 2 and these 3, as well as this floral image, which you saw on my little paper sampler to share what colors coordinate with the designer series paper. And you have this large scallop, stitched scallop die for borders. So that is the die set in action. And let's share some swap cards that we received in our recent swap, and hopefully there's not too much of a glare. I'm just going to open this up. This one was created by Lisa Bailey, and she is my upline and dear friend. So that is very pretty, but you can see, and I like how she did the stitched rectangle on the inside. It's kind of a fun fold. Love the floral embossing folder, the ornate embossing folder. But you can see, like, on the filler stamps is what I call them. They're not exact. So it gives you, there's room for error, and you don't even know it. I mean, you don't even realize that it's not, I mean, it's the way it's supposed to be. And it does look like she colored the stems and the leaves with her blends. And of course, that beautiful ribbon that is part of the in color ribbons, and those beautiful in color gems, which are on back order or unavailable currently, but they'll be back around because they'll last the life of this catalog. Here's another card that was part of the team swap with the Heartcore team that I belong to. This is Lori Agressy. Again, she used that beautiful bumblebee, which is actually part of a different suite, I believe. And she used her blends to color those in, which is really pretty. So she filled all those images in with her blends. Ornate frames and the stitched rectangle from the rectangle stitch dies, and of course that background. So it kind of calms down the busyness of the designer series paper, but it's so beautiful. It adds so much. And of course that gorgeous fresh freesia ribbon and a piece of white cardstock that you can add to the inside when you write your sentiment or your greeting to someone. So there is Lori's card from Swap. And I think the other swap she did as well. We did 2 swaps. Some signed up for both, some signed up for just one. She also created another card, Lori Agressy did, for swap using, and I was so in love with, this was the first paper I used for a group that I belong to. I think it's the, no, it is another. So that's another thing. I think there's 6 projects and another tutorial that I can offer to all of you as well that feature this hand pen. So if people place orders for the hand pen suite or products within the suite, or place that $35 order, you not only will get the Demo Design Dream Team tutorial, you'll also get one featuring projects for this particular suite. So that's a whole nother, it's called the Suite Tutorial Group that I belong to. So you'll have another tutorial with projects and instructions. So, and then she added a piece of basic white in there so you can write on it and add it into your card. So very pretty, very pretty. So that is those swaps. And you remember last week, these are the bookmarks that I included in my catalogs. So anyone that gets a catalog from me will get one of those bookmarks, and they feature the new in colors. These are the Genial Gems, absolutely in love with them, and I stuck that the wrong way. They are the Mint Macaron and the Pale Papaya, and they have kind of a gold glitter on them. So very, very beautiful. And I've used quite a few in some of my projects. So actually my swaps is what kind of hog those. Now, another few products that you can coordinate. We have this beautiful Highland Heather gross grain ribbon. And it's beautiful. It's got flecks of shimmer in it. Gorgeous. It is a 1/2 inch. Yes, 1/2 inch ribbon. Beautiful. And I believe it is 10 yards. So it's 10 yards of that ribbon. I thought about using it on my first project I'm going to share with you today. But it was too bulky. The bow was too bulky. So I'm going to use this in another project. But it coordinates great because it's Highland Heather. Another set of products, and even though the paper does not have just jade in it, I want to show something to you, because this gingham ribbon, these are ribbons from the Forever Greenery product suite from the previous catalog, which carried over. So it's a 3 ribbon set. Each one of these ribbons coordinate with this paper. Even though this is just jade, it still brings out some of those green accents. It would be perfect to pair, obviously, the white as well as the Misty Moonlight white and silver twine. So these are great also to use with this product suite. So if you have that on hand from the previous catalog, then you are good to go. You can totally pair that with these. So now these also, the pastel pearls, which have carried over, are what I'm using today on 2 of our projects. And they also pair nicely with this product suite. So keep that in mind as well. All right, let's get to stamping. The first card I'm creating is actually a replica from a card swap several years ago at an event with the Glad Heart Stampers, which is the leader of that group is Missy Shipman. And I wish I could remember who out there created the original card, but I have copied her layout but used current product. So if you're out there and you watch, please give yourself credit because this is totally a cased card by that individual with the exception of the product that I used. And you can see I used that white ribbon there from that Forever Greenery triple ribbon bundle. So we are going to go ahead and make that, and it's a cute little fun fold. So we'll keep our little gems handy, and I'm going to sit down because I need to instead of being on my feet, and then I can see your comments. Let's see. Hi, Lori. Oh yeah, the gingham ribbon is beautiful. I don't think I use that on a lot of projects, so thanks, Valerie. Yes, the swap cards are amazing, and there's so many more that I can't wait to share with all of you. Carolyn is watching from her camper. Hopefully it's a nice, beautiful day wherever you are. It is sunny here, but I'm not sure the temps are that warm. Hello, Celine. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you all for being here. Okay, this card, fun stuff. So we have a piece. I have notes. Haha. The piece of basic white for the inside is 4 by 5 1/4. The basic white for the outside is 3 by 3 3/4. The Highland heather for this flap here is 4 by 4. And then this piece of Highland heather for the card base is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So if you can see this, I don't think you can see way down here. So this width, 5 1/4, 5 1/2. So on the short side, you are going to score it at 4 1/4. So you have that one little, so when it's folded, it ends up being the standard card size at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, okay? But just with that little flap. So again, it is 5 1/2 by 5 1/4, and on the short side, score it at 4 1/4, okay? Very simple. Okay, you definitely want to make sure you have strong adhesive to adhere these pieces together. There is a little trick there, and we'll get to that when the time comes. The first thing we are going to do is just go ahead and do our stamping. So we want to pull in this beautiful imagery, lined image stamp, and our Memento black ink. And I am one that likes to, when I have lined images or larger images, take my Memento ink and turn my stamp upside down so that I can make sure that it is completely full of ink the way I want it. And again, remember, these are photopolymer stamps. If you do not have them already seasoned, but I have already loved the heck out of these stamps, use your Stampin' Pierce mat. That Stampin' Pierce mat you will find in the new catalog. They put it back in there, and hopefully it's going to stay around for a very long time. They listen to demonstrators, and they listen to their customers, and they do the best to accommodate our wants if they are able to, if it's, you know, cost effective for them. So we all kind of complained that we weren't able to you know, promote this and use it anymore, and we all use it for our photopolymer stamp. So they listened to us little whining demonstrators, and they did the best they could to bring it back for us. Let's also stamp our little piece here. Get all the stamping done, and then we'll assemble. So you guys have Mother's Day plans today? What do you got going on? This is going to go off to the left side, so I have room to stamp my sentiment. All right, now we are going to pull in, for these two pieces, the Highland Heather first, because then we can get a few things out of the way. Hi, Rachel. Oh, good, Carolyn. I'm glad that it's nice and sunny where you're at. Some of you, I don't know where you're from, but I appreciate so much that you are here with me on Sunday morning. It's a lot of fun for me. All right, we are grabbing this image here. Right here is going to fill, not completely, the flower right there. So I'm going first generation with this image. You line it up the best you can. It's not going to fill the complete flower, and that's okay. It gives it a unique look, very artistic. And you're going to do that in first generation for each of those bigger flowers. There's a couple tricks with the leaf stamps, which I'm excited to share with you. And I should put stamps aside that I need to clean. I don't think I'll need those for the next card. Let's see. And then we need this, the larger flower. Did I pull that out of there? Yes, it's hiding behind my iPad. Gail's plans for today, rest and relaxation. Is everybody gonna like take care of you and fix you dinner and all that wonderful stuff, I hope? All right, the next flower I want to fill is this one, but I'm going to stamp that in second generation. So I'm going to stamp, I'm going to ink up my stamp, stamp off, line this up the way you think it goes, and just toss that little image in there. I think I kind of got it off. It was not the right angle. I think it needs to go this way. So second generation on the smaller flowers, whatever is hanging on or hanging off, you just add that little color on there, like so. Okay, now we have the purple done. We are Highland Heather. We're all set with that. Now we are going to fill in, I'm going to need this again, so I gotta wash that off. We are going to fill in the leaves, and I am going to pull in my dark mint macaron blend, because that is going to color part of the stem that we don't have a stamp for. But in the meantime, I'm going to get those two leaves from the stamp set, and I'll point those out to you. This one and this one, and we are going to use those to stamp the leaf images in the stamped image. So I like to use the bigger stamp, and I am going to go full color. I don't know if you can see me over here. And those are going to fill in the bigger stamps. Not completely, remember that. It's just, or the bigger leaves, I mean, sorry. And so that will cover that. So first generation on these leaves. Now I'm leaving this leaf and this for the smaller leaf image. So I'll show you how I do that. So we have those, and now on the bigger image, the full image of that lined image, we're just going to go ahead and add color to each of these leaves. Sometimes you have to flip the stamp and the point may go in the other direction. So there's that part. Your smaller image, smaller leaf image, I have the point of the image facing downwards, and that is going to kind of fill in that little piece right there and part of that stem, and also that leaf image right there. So it really gives it an artistic feel. And it coordinates with, I mean, that's how the images are in the designer series paper. So it's really, really pretty. So we're just gonna finish this off, both of these, with the smaller leaf stamp. And then we'll fill in the stem with our blends. So grab the pointy tip and just fill in the stems. If you don't have blends and you've purchased the Stampin' Write markers, you also can fill the stems in with the Stampin' Write marker of Mint Macaron. And that's all we need for that. So then, I forgot to stamp the sentiment. Let's grab our Feel Better Friend. We're gonna stamp that sentiment in the upper right corner of our larger complete floral image piece, but the smaller piece of basic white. And that goes right here, like so. And those are your stamped images. So you're all set with that. Just move these aside. We'll have to do some cleaning before the next project. Now, let's get this piece adhered to the inside of the card first. So I'm just gonna grab my Stampin' Seal. Take your time with your seal. There's no need to be in a rush. I think it's friendlier to me when I take my time. I'm almost out of Tombow. Can you believe I went through 4 bottles of Tombow? That is so not me. Now, the key to this, now remember this piece is 4x4. We want to line it up to the base of the card base so that it lines up right here. And you want to make sure that it's spaced. You know, you can line it up on your grid and use your grid as a guide. So 3 little grid marks from each side of that is where you want the edges to line up, okay? This is where I want to come in with, and you're going to put this on before you put your last layer on. But this is where I'm going to come in with Stampin' Seal Plus, Tear and Tape, Tombow glue, whichever you prefer. Go slowly with that as well, because I've noticed going fast will tear your cardstock. And then just lay that piece down, just like so, okay? So now you have your fold, and now you can adhere this with your Stampin' Seal. And there should be plenty of room around that. I think I put that in there crooked, to add that and have the same amount. Okay, are you guys still with me? My daughter just called. Bear with me while I try to send her. She's probably calling to tell me Happy Mother's Day. Bear with me a moment. I don't want her to think I'm ignoring her, but I forgot to let her know that I am in the middle of my video. And I don't know if I can do Snapchat here, but Aaliyah, let's say... I'm just going to send her that and hopefully she sees it. I hate hanging up on her, but we are, honestly, there's not a lot left for us to do with this card, and I want to be able to share the next one with you. So sorry if that cut you off. I'm going to go back to my video. Okay. You guys still with me? And hi, Sharon. Daughter and family taking me to brunch, son stopping in later. Enjoy your time with your mom. Just tried to call her. We'll try again. Oh, Jane, thank you for thinking of my mom today. And enjoy your day. It sounds like it's going to be fun-filled with family. And let's see. We are going to add some of the Highland Heather pastel pearls. And I need my Take Your Pick tool, and we're just gonna kind of push those off, and I use 3 of them. I always like the odd number of gems on a project, unless it doesn't make sense for what I'm trying to do. So there's that. And then we're gonna use that awesome white ribbon, if I can find what I did with it. And we are going to set those aside. Come in. We want to do a flat knot. And we are going to, I want to make sure I have enough ribbon, but not too much, because I don't want to waste. I tend to do that at times. And let's see, so we can cut it right there. Grab my ribbon scissors right out of my cup here. Sorry for reaching in front of you. Set that aside. And my daughter is with friends. She's kind of been hanging out with the cast and crew, which 2 of them are her very close friends. So she's been spending the night with one of them, and they kind of get up and go back to the school and do what they have to do for the play. So the play is really cool. It's really, really cute. It's The Descendants. I know I talked about this previously, but it is the children of the Wicked Witches of Disney movies. So you have Maleficent, which my daughter's really good friend Rory plays Maleficent. She has a phenomenal voice, so it's a musical. So we get to hear her sing, and it just, like, I don't know, brings tears to your eyes. She's so talented. And Mia, these 2 girls are like my second and third daughters. So they call me mom and everything. I don't know how much their moms appreciate it, but you know, everybody is like, you know, when you tag team as being a mother figure with your friends' parents, it kind of works out to your favor. Just cut that crooked. I don't like that. Bear with me. I got kind of carried away, and my scissors I cut crooked. Probably because I'm all worried that I missed her call. So let's try this again. I have enough room to retie this. So anyway, flat knot. You come in. I'm not a pro at it. I try. You tie it in one, like tying your shoe. Hold that piece down. Then you come around, and however your ribbon lays is how you want to pull that other piece through. And I totally lifted up my finger. This you tack down. Can you even see me? You tack down, it's not long enough, and you pull this piece to make the knot flat. But it's not working for me this morning, so bear with me. We're gonna grab another piece. And I'm just gonna cut it and wing it. Okay. Celine's watching and probably like cringing because she's like a pro at this. Oh, thanks, Sharon. I was, about a month ago, I decided to schedule myself for a mani-pedi. And I had been getting my nails done for a very long time, and then I go through spurts, and then I get frustrated and feel like, oh, I need to really save my money and spend my money on different things. So that's a little bit better with that flat knot. But anyway, did Aaliyah call you? Okay. My husband just stopped in, sorry guys, to let me know what Aaliyah was trying to tell me. So we're good. So I lost my train of thought. I don't know. It'll come back to me, but Descendants, the play. If you have a chance to see that Disney movie, it's really cute. And so it's the children of the Descendants, which the children of the evil queens and whatnot. So like Cruella de Vil's son and Maleficent's daughter and the evil queen that gave Snow White the poison apple. So it's her daughter and someone from Aladdin's son. And it's just really, really cool. But you know, whenever they do these plays at school, there's always some, so that is the final card, cute little card. There is something that you can apply to life, you know, whether it's verses from the songs or, you know, stuff like that. So it's, you know, you get a little teary, but these girls, like, Brenda Frost, who may be watching, may not be watching this morning, her daughter, Maeve, is a phenomenal voice as well. Very theatrical on stage, as well as Rory. So it's just so amazing to watch these kids and their talents, and like their lack of fear up there. Like, they're not even coming across like they fear being on stage. Man, I would be toast. But, which is funny because when I initially started school, I wanted to be an actress. So that didn't go very far. But anyway, this is our next card. We are using a Misty Moonlight base, which is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. I have a piece of basic white for the inside, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I have Daffodil Delight that measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. The Designer Series paper, one of my favorite prints, and it's got that on the back side. This is 4 by 5 1/4 to layer on that. I have cut out from Daffodil Delight, actually had it left over from a class, so easy peasy, it was ready for me. The largest stitched scallop rectangle from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and a piece of basic white that is 2.5 inches by 3 5/8. We are going to stamp all these beautiful images on here. So let's grab our larger flower image. So we're using the other large flower image from the set. Hi, Terry. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Sharon. So that's what I was talking about, mani-pedi. Now that I looked at names on there. I had scheduled myself for a mani-pedi because I thought, you know what, it's time. I'm terrible with chewing the sides of my fingers. They get all nasty. And with COVID right now, it's probably the worst time to be chewing on your fingers. So I said, you know what? I was trying to save money, pay off some bills, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, I don't do a whole lot besides buying product, which is a lot. That's why I need a discount. I don't do a whole lot to pamper myself. So I decided to schedule an appointment to get a mani-pedi yesterday. And I'm loving what she did with the beautiful glitter. She actually put that glitter in the acrylic and did the acrylic on the tips and then finished with plain acrylic on top. Gorgeous. She did an amazing job. She always takes good care of me. Absolutely love going to Main Street Hair and Nails for my nails. So, and then I had a pedicure. Well, lo and behold, my husband had said to me before I left yesterday, well, in the morning, he said to me, so what do you usually tip? And we shared that conversation. And I said, did you go there and pay for my manicure and pedicure? He's like, yes, Happy Mother's Day. So that was nice. So it was a nice surprise that I was able to get my mani-pedi and I didn't have to worry about paying for it. So Happy Mother's Day. And it was so relaxing. They got new pedicure chairs that literally have massagers in the back. So you're sitting there getting your back massaged, your feet taken care of, just complete pampering. Love, love, love everything about going there. So, all right, this is the filler stamp for the largest flower. So we're going to go ahead, and I believe I did stamp off for these to get a lighter color. Again, you can use So Saffron, but I'm using the coordinating colors from the set. I do need to clean the one other stamp, so let me grab my cleaner. And that stamp, that is over here, so I'm not mixing my inks. Make sure there's no residue because I need to clean my cleaner. That's so funny to say. And grab that image and make sure I kind of put it in there the right way this time. That goes in that floral image. And we have smaller flowers. So we have, oh, wrong color. Pay attention. That is going to be Misty Moonlight. Let me just clean that off real quick. Yes, my husband definitely surprised me. He had to run to town to get his prescriptions the other day. And the salon is right next to the pharmacy. So he snuck in there and paid. Surprised me. And of course, Melissa, my nail tech, said, he wasn't supposed to tell you. I said, well, he asked me something and I figured it out. And she was like, oh, I was so surprised to see him come in. So that I did a second generation. So all of these inks are so far second generation in color. You also have in your stamp set the double floral image. It's a tinier flowers that are going to fill these other flowers right there. So we're going to do that in Blushing Bride. And Blushing Bride, to me, when you stamp full color, is really too dark for me. I'm not really liking the dark Blushing Bride on full strength. So I definitely stamp off for that. And then you're going to stamp those in, those other flowers. I like the more subtle color of Blushing Bride. So I definitely use that at second generation. Okay. And then we're going to come back with our mint macaron. So we have mint macaron, and this time I am going to stamp off. So we have the larger leaf, and that one looks like it goes that way. And same with this one. And I think the rest can be done with the smaller image. So stamp in your ink, stamp off, and then fill. And I'll show you this close up when it's finished. Kind of fill those in. You just have to remember to stamp off. It doesn't make a big deal if you don't. It's just going to be a darker leaf, and I'm trying to go more subtle. So there is that beautiful image there. I have just enough room up here to add the sentiment in Misty Moonlight for, I'm going to put some of these away. Got some Blushing Bride in Misty Moonlight, I think I said. And that's going to be full strength because it's a sentiment. And I'm going to practice, make sure my stamp is straight. Because when you have these photopolymers that are thin sentiments, sometimes if you put them on the block with your hands, you can end up bending it and it's crooked because it's got that flexibility. So the best bet when you're using your photopolymer stamps is to set them down first, then add them to your block. So you're not changing the, I have to bring this in closer, so I'm sorry if you can't see. So you're not changing the direction of the stamp or making it bend. So there's that. So we have all of our images stamped, super excited. And we're gonna bring in that wonderful, I'm just gonna go cut a piece because I have a spool already started. Bolt, whatever, I always say it wrong. So that beautiful Misty Moonlight white and silver. So the silver will add a little bit of extra bling. And then really all we're going to do is assemble, and you can stamp another floral image on the inside if you'd like to, just to tie it all in together, or add a strip of designer series paper along the bottom to coordinate as well. I did not do that this time, but I am going to go ahead and add this on the inside with my stamp and seal. I do want to let you know you're going to see that announcement come out for, yay, my, Summer Love and Retreat. I have done all the designing. I have to make pillow gifts. I usually kind of do I design it and then I wait and see how many orders I get, and then I tackle those at the end so that I don't buy too many product that will go in the gifts. So that is going to be announced. That's going to be an awesome deal, just like my retreat last year. A lot of fun stuff. You'll be able to add on stamp sets. It is using the Sweet Ice Cream stamp set as well as the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set. So if you already own those stamp sets, you're ahead of the game. And I will have that posted. That will be announced this week. My intent was to announce it tomorrow. I'm pretty much almost there. So it will definitely probably be available to all of you to sign up for, register for, kind of save your spot for that retreat. My retreats are an online event. I have to work out getting a guest speaker. Any volunteers out there? A guest presenter. It is a June event. So the registration will end on May 25th, and then the event will be in June. So it probably will be like a week or two after, because I have to get products mailed out to you. So I have not picked the specific date. I have to work around my son's 20th birthday. So more than likely, the event itself will be the weekend of June 19th, 20th. I have taken some time off that week. So hopefully, if everything works out, just be on the lookout so you get yourself registered. So what I did, I put a little adhesive on the back there to hold my twine in place. I've tied it in a knot, and now I'm going to get some dimensionals and add some dimensionals to the back of this. And add that to the card front, and then we'll finish tying the bow and we'll add the last layer and we'll be done. I wanted to do additional projects, but time kind of got away from me with all that's been going on, and I had some extra stuff I had to get done around the house yesterday. So all right, make sure my card's opening the right direction. Make sure I get this centered and straight. Add this to the card front of that using Stampin' Dimensionals. I want to avoid putting dimensionals where the twine is, so I'm just going to place 2 dimensionals right there and just 4 dimensionals in each corner. Oops. So all of you that are demonstrators out here that may be attending the incentive trip to Maui, I hope you have a very safe trip. If I do not talk to you all before then, I know you have a little bit of time. I think you leave next week. Hope you have a safe trip. I hope that nobody has to deal with the complications of not being able to go because of COVID restrictions. But I always live vicariously through all of you that share your experiences online to fellow demonstrators or your customers even, for that matter. So I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful pictures and the fun stuff that you get for working so hard at your business. It's quite an honor, I'm sure, to earn one of those trips, and someday each year I work hard trying to see how close I get. I think the closest I ever was 60,000 flex points away from earning it, and that was a couple years ago, but I didn't even understand it at that point, so I didn't know that if I pushed a little bit harder I probably could have been on that Greek Isles trip. But it'll happen. It definitely will happen at some point, and then I can see all of these amazing people that I watch, you know, and that I have become friends with. I just love the Stampin' Up! Community. So let's add our gems. I realize that these are a lighter blue, and it's a blue that we don't have anymore. However, I thought they paired nicely with these products. So let's just add a couple of the blue tone, very light pearlized gems there. And there you go. Those are projects for today. I'll grab my other ones. And I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to flip the camera back around and you'll see my ceiling. Sorry. I always do that beforehand. Let's flip you back around. Thanks, Beverly. So be sure, please, to share this video. And if you have friends that you're noticing are no longer seeing these videos or getting notifications, please help them out. If you're getting notifications and you know how to set that up, you know, I miss seeing everyone. I know today is a holiday and a lot of people have other stuff going on. So Just know that I appreciate you very much, and I'm super happy that you're here with me today on this wonderful day. Many stampin' blessings to each and one of you, and have a great day. Have a great week. I might share some sneak peeks of some other stuff, but I'm kind of saving it all for my online event, which is next Sunday. And I think I'm just going to do it right here. I want everybody to see what I have to share, but I haven't been able to share it, and I don't want to share it in two places. So my customers will have some perks. Anyone that orders from me that day is going to have some perks. The event, I'll give you some more information later on this week. I'll post it in the news feed here as to what time it will take place. There'll be fun stuff going on throughout the day. So just look forward to that. Next Sunday, we'll have some extra fun stuff going on. So, all right, enjoy your week and the wonderful sunshine, and take care. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.